So there's this psychological concept that gets used a lot in spiritual schools and coaching schools and all that good stuff. And it cracks me up how people misinterpret it, because it's why a lot of delusion is created. But so basically, what spiritualists and stuff will say, be like, well, the universe is working in your favor. You just have to look at all these things that are working in your favor, right? And then people start believing that everything that they're doing is from pure manifestation, which, our awareness to what we are doing is obviously going to help us manifest things, because we're drawing our awareness into it. But it's a psychological concept. And this is why I struggled with my instructors, and I was constantly challenging them, because essentially they're creating this delusion that you can manifest anything purely from thought. But without action, thought doesn't matter. So essentially, when they're telling you to look for the signs and that the universe is on your side and on your favor and all that good stuff, essentially what they're saying is pay attention to the good stuff that is happening to your life. It's like the journal entry. We always want to journal all the shit that's going on in our life, all the bad shit, all the, fun shit and all that stuff. And a lot of times when it's psychological journaling, we focus a lot about the negative aspects or even suicidal ideation that some of us may have. And so I was taught to turn it into poetry, to alchemize it into poetry, so that, I would have figurative deaths of these emotions or concepts or, whatever, so that I didn't feel the need to enact suicidal ideation. And it worked really well. It's worked really well for me since my therapist gave me these tools many years ago, right? Well, it's the same thing. So basically, the way it starts is that you focus on 3 good things that are happening in your life. It doesn't matter how small or how big. Like, oh, today I got my nails trimmed, or today I got a new pair of shoes, or today I did this, or today I did that, or blah, 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 blah. But start by focusing on 3 good things in your life. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be anything like that, but that's how you begin the concept of manifestation. A lot of these instructors put all these, full on 2-hour classes to talk about this concept, while still leaving you in the dark about what it really means. And all it really means is that you are drawing your awareness to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. So, for example, I've been trying to get all of my health records corrected and all of my shit corrected, and so I can get proper care. I have put my entire focus on that. Have I allowed other things to distract me? Absolutely, because life continues to happen. However, do I allow those distractions to stop me from what I need to do in order to establish care? No. As much as I hate it, as much as it's making me very ill to do this, my focus remains on that. That is what manifestation is. It's your work, your attention, your awareness to whatever it is that you're trying to create. This delusional shit, because other people misinterpret our wording around manifestation and all that stuff, learn to reuse their wording. If your wording is making them build information to try to say that you're delusional and you have psychosis and other things like that, demonstrate through the work that you're doing that you do not. Because essentially, we can't stop people from talking shit, but we can make them right by allowing that shit talking to detain us from our purpose and from what we need to do. So the next thing you can do is, I've done it in every circle. I can change my wording to match any circle. I can pick up on your lingo quickly to protect myself. It's a defense mechanism. And yet, I am still accused of what those circles are doing, even after I've pointed out the delusion within them. This is not a concept that is easy for most to understand, comprehend, or want to even comprehend. So keep that in mind in your circles. When you are talking about personal things or when you are talking about spiritual things, be careful who you speak to, because some people are gathering information to harm you. Not because they actually believe that you're doing these wonderful things in your life, but because they want to prove that you're not. Not because they believe that you actually put meditation into your daily practice, because some of us do. We find a way to actively meditate throughout our day because we need to be able to control our chronic illnesses. But for spiritualists who are healthy, and it's their mind that is broken, a lot of times what ends up happening is that they don't believe a person can meditate every day. They don't believe a person can have a daily morning practice of sitting with nature. So they destroy those people. They harass them in public spaces so that they'll bring them out of their character and then get even more furious when they cannot. These concepts are not new. It's how the witch trials began. Because people were unsatisfied with their life and couldn't understand why those who had less were satisfied with theirs. But joy and happiness does not come because there's no hardship in life. It comes because you choose to manifest and actively, with your awareness and your movements in life, manifest what you want and need in life. I can't live my life until I'm healthy enough to do so. Without that foundation, I'm lost. So I am focused on that. What is your focus today? I love you and have a beautiful day.